This is your host, Robert Scott of Wineline TV and Wineline Radio. Now, when I tell you that big things are happening at Tabarrini Winery in Montefalco, Umbria, I'm not kidding. We visited Tabarrini in late September and had an opportunity to discuss this new technology with Giampaolo Tabarrini and his enologist Alessandro. Listen as they paint a picture of a new way to make wine. I think you'll find it fascinating.
Yes, inside. So we are always running. Let me see if I can use one of these.
Wow.
Yes, this is online. Okay, this is online. So this is our loading and unloading zone. So all the grapes are collected outside. There is a balance where we take the weight of any single pallet. So any 300 kilos, 250 kilos of grapes, we have a sticker that is on the pallet with all the small cases, and we exactly sign where the grapes are coming from, exactly the corner of the single crew. Oh, wow. So we are not talking a vineyard. Yes, this vineyard and the grapes arrive from this corner, and we have a database, and we work taking care carefully of any single small lot of grapes. So before we separate the grapes on the paper, then we work it, because you cannot work it and then say, oh, it was better, do differently. It's too late. You cannot share it anymore. When you mix it, it's done. So, and as you can see, fermentation zone is inside. The stemming the grapes is inside. We have a special system to work the grapes inside.
Beautiful.
We do not want these grapes outside because of fruit fly. Let me see if Alessandro. Probably is on the other side. So, in the next future, we are also going to change all the fermentation tanks, because I invented a new fermentation system, something that doesn't exist in the market. We realized the first prototype. We went 2 weeks ago in Verona to see on the factory the prototype, and it's so beautiful. We really believe that will work gorgeously. It's a new system to make wine. You take the grapes, you destem it, gone. Nothing else to do.
So you're going to make Amarone.
No, we can make great wine without touch the grape.
Oh, fantastic.
Because as less you touch the grapes, as less you touch the wine, as better the wine comes. The problem is how to make things happen. It's just a point of knowledge. And if you can grab the idea to jump all the troubles and get the final result in the easiest way. So it's not complex situation, because there's no engine, there's no mechanic action. It's so simple, and it's so smart because it's easy, it's simple. This is Alessandro. You should know Alessandro is our enologist. So this is the really great new entry of the company. We're so proud of Alessandro. And here we will have in the future Ale, you take care about them in a while, so you go ahead with the tour, because otherwise Federico will kill me if we do not end the work. But Alessandro will take you to the beauty part of the cellar in a while. So this is the square for the bottom square. So we collect here all the stainless steel tanks of wines that are ready to be bottled, because next door you see these at the end of the tour. There is the bottling system, labeling system. So it's just to say, on the other side, no drop of wine should fall on the ground. On this side, we can have the dirtiness. But when we reach the bottle, we don't want to see a drop of wine on the floor, because this is the last time we touch the wine. It's the most dangerous moment of the life, because the wine reaches final end process. So it's time just to bottle it, and the next time you'll touch the wine, you'll see the wine, you'll taste the wine, is when you are going to reopen the bottle. But what is done is done. So you simply check what is happening. So the last moment is so delicate, dangerous, and we decided to handle the situation in such a way. Now it's your time.
So without any kind of restriction, you can do any kind of vinification, any kind of moving of the wine or changing a blend without problem, vinify in a certain way or aging in wood in another way. Use this area not only as an area where to work, but as a home, because this is the place where we live many hours during the year, especially Giampaolo. And so a big place help you to be more relaxing, to work better, to reduce the risk of mistake, and really to have no restriction in terms of enologist making. So just the idea to move the wine from this area to the wood area without the pump, but just for gravity, is something very unusual. To do this, you need big space, very high flow.
Right. So it's all gravity fed?
Yes, all
Okay.
gravity filled, only just for the bottling and for the collecting of the grape.
The grape.
For the vinification we need a pump for sure, and for a very little process. But to move the wine from the stainless steel to the wood, and when the wood aging is finished, move again here, we use this small tank here that we can fill up, move up with like an elevator machine.
A lift
Right.
of some sort?
Yeah, a lift. Yes,
Lift, yeah.
the lift, and then we can move for gravity.
Same thing like a lift station,
Yeah.
moving water, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Using only the gravity to move the wine reduces a lot the stress of the wine. So now we are entering in the most fancy part of the winery. This is really the heaven of the winery. Is the place where we store the entire production of the last 3 years for Sagrantino and Montefalco Rosso.
Wow, oh my God. This looks like a chicken.
Yeah.
Huge.
Except the Czechy, it's all barrique, you know. But I love these big barrels.
Yeah,
I think
here we have mostly 3 sides of wood barrel, depending on the wine we are working. If you imagine, Tabarrini is the only winery in Montefalco that work the Sagrantino as crew.
Wow.
Okay, so 3 different crew of Sagrantino. That doesn't mean a better one or a worse one, but 3 different expression of 3 different area of the winery. So 3 different vineyard picked in a different moment depending on the ripeness of the grape, vinified separated and aging separated. Generally, Colle Grimaldesco is the one we have in front of, behind the cellar. We have the Colle Grimaldesco area where we obtain the biggest production of Sagrantino.
Right. So entry level.
Yes, entry level, but it's maybe the most approachable in terms of style, but because of the soil, because of the exposition, because it's northeast, it's less clay as a soil, so generally the wine comes out a little bit fresher and a very beautiful expression on the nose, a little bit more approachable. But consider that the production is between 500 and 600 cases per year of Grimaldesco, so it's very limited. Instead, for the other 2 crew, Colla Le Macchie and Campo La Cerqua, generally the production is between 100 and 150 cases per year. That's it. And so we need different size of barrel because we work different size of wine. So we go from 12.5 hectoliter to 50 hectoliters plus very limited quantity of barrique that we use just to finish to complete the aging in wood for the small part that we are not able to put in the big botte. The Sagrantino wine aged here in this room for 3 years, and after a year we move again and in stainless steel for a very short moment before the bottling. Just because the bottling area is in the other room, so we need to put for a few days in stainless steel to also make the blend. For example, if we had
Any clarification?
no clarification, it's everything born during the vinification. So if you work well in vinification, generally you don't need any kind of clarification or cleaning, specific cleaning.
Sure.
So consider that the wine stay in wood for 3 years, so it's perfectly clean and brilliant. So, but imagine that Grimaldesco now is in different barrels. So we need to do a final blend in a big tank just to have the same mass of wine. Because for us it's important that from the first customer to the last customer they drink the same exactly wine. Even if you order the wine now and in 6 months the wine is the same. All the winery is now completely modern and domotic, so we can decide every single process with a smartphone or with a tablet. So even the light. So this is not the light how we work, but generally we work in the cellar in this way. This color of light is almost similar to the outside light, so almost 95% close to the external light. And imagine this room we are 12 meters underground, and temperature and humidity are every single moment constant. So with changing with a climatization system, we are able to change the entire surface of air 3 times per hour, so 72 times per day. The oxygen and the air and humidity in the room is changed completely. Now in this moment the climatization is stopped because the door is open, so it means that the air inside here can enter only from a specific hole and never from another room. So there is a sensor, big sensor on the door, that when the door is open, the climatization is off. When we close the door, after 30 seconds, the climatization on. Temperature setup is 16 degrees Celsius with 72% of humidity. That is a perfect condition for this kind of barrel, for this size of wood.
I can remember many years ago when we first met him that Giampaolo had a system where he could check the temperature in the vineyard, you know, and the humidity and everything. Yeah, it was
He was always that way, you know. That was.
Yes. He
He
was
likes
always
toys.
a big fan of technology, and everything can help to work in a natural way, you know. So what can help a producer to work more natural as possible? Technology. Technology can help a lot us to be smarter.
Yeah.
In the cellar, but mostly in the vineyard. So with this weather station, for sure we can check in every moment what is the situation outside, what is the humidity, the temperature. Not only now, but with the new technology, we can check the weather for the next 3, 4, 5 days.
Well,
and know exactly if it will rain or not, the humidity, the sun, if the next rain could be dangerous for the grape or not, because not always the rain is dangerous.
You can only make great wine in the vineyard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Here you just caress it.
Yes, the vineyard is the grape is the only ingredient of the wine. You know? I love to say that making wine is like to make a beautiful picture. So during all the summer we prepare the camera. So we prepare the camera, we adjust the focus, we see the light, we prepare everything. But the moment of the shot is just one. You have just one shot and that's it. Then in the cellar you can use a little bit of Photoshop, but no miracles. So the grape is the only really ingredient of making a great wine like we do at Tabarrini, with many risks with our style, because many other producers already started the harvest. We are not thinking about the harvest now for the next 30 days. So we really love to pick the grape when they are very ready, even risking, because generally when we pick the grape, between the 30 and 40% of production risks to be lost because of the mold and any kind of disease that we can have in the vineyard, but the rest of the grape is extraordinary good. So in 16 hectares we do only 60,000 bottles. It's nothing. So
How many bottles does it